Now, let's look a little bit more at Mary's biblical servanthood. Earlier in our reflection, we asserted that the Magnificat does not represent for us a novel way of reverencing God, or for that matter, a new call to greater justice. It does, however, provide for us a renewed understanding of both reverence for God and God's justice. In a similar fashion, then, Mary's lowly servanthood is not a new idea, but one that merits some further attention, especially for our times. Now, without pretending to do an exhaustive exegesis of the biblical notion of service, I do want to make a few biblical observations that can help us situate our understanding of the servanthood of Mary as portrayed in the Magnificat. Already, in our discussion, we have alluded to Berthoud's use of the image of the Holy Thursday as being symbolic of a paradigm shift, moving the person from the logic of domination to the logic of agape. In other words, this logic of agape plays itself out in the biblical image of Jesus washing the feet of his disciples, and in the biblical words he uses to address those whose feet he washes, namely calling them friends. The story of Holy Thursday, Jesus' gestures and words, remind us of who we are and what we are called to do. We hear, I do not call you servants any longer, because the servant does not know what the master is doing. But I have called you friends, because I have made known to you everything that I have heard from my Father. And Jesus continues, so, if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example that you also should do as I have done to you. It is interesting to note here how this logic of love seems to work. On the one hand, who we are is no longer servants, but friends. In other words, the dignity of our personhood is not reduced to a state of servitude, but rather our new identity as friends challenges us to live out the newly acquired friendship in love and in service of one another. Stated simply, friendship does not eradicate service, but seems to make it all the more urgent. For I have set you an example that you also should do as I have done. Moreover, we normally call friends those people in our lives we know have our best interest in mind. Hence, the expectation of mutual service in friendship would not come across as unfounded or oppressive among friends. In fact, it is to our friends that we hope to reach out in the time of need, knowing that they already understand our request. Put differently, we can say that servanthood or service also has a relational function, insofar as it provides for us the very condition for the possibility of being in proper relationship with one another. This relational function of servanthood that Mary provides and lifts up for us in the Magnificat will take on greater significance when we look at our role vis-a-vis creation.